This tank was discovered after 100 years, and what was found there is shocking. Hail to Deborah, the British tank that smashed through German defences 100 years ago. Tim Heath climbed into the twisted carcass of Deborah, a British tank that smashed through German defences precisely 100 years ago in the battle that marked the birth of modern warfare. My grandfather would have been standing right here up front. His DNA is still inside. And if he had got out 30 seconds later, I wouldn't be here, said the 65-year-old retired lecturer. At dawn on November 20, 1917, an armada of almost 500 British land ships emerged from the mists to wage the Battle of Cambrai, northern France, the first in history where tanks were used en masse with air support. The battle saw some of First World War's bloodiest fighting and ended in stalemate and 44,000 Allied and 50,000 German casualties. But the surprise charge famously broke the Germans' impenetrable Hindenburg Line and hastened the demise of trench warfare, prompting church bells to ring across England. A century on, Deborah, one of the last surviving Mark IV tanks and among the most important relics of British military history, is the centerpiece of Cambrai Tank 1917, a €1.5 million (£1.3 million) interpretation center, to be inaugurated next weekend with full military pomp. France has stumped up all the money. In an unprecedented move, some 500 officers of the Royal Tank Regiment, whose colonel-in-chief is the Queen, will parade to mark the centenary of its founding battle, alongside 100 French members of the 501st Tank Regiment. Buried after the war, Deborah, officially Tank D-51, was miraculously unearthed 19 years ago by a local French hotelier and history buff. Philippe Gurchinski found her after a painstaking 6-year hunt following a tip-off from a local old lady. He had kept her in a nearby barn ever since. She now lies movingly in her new bunker-like sunken grave, only a few yards from where she fell and where 4 of the tank's 8-man crew are buried in the Flesquieres Hill British Cemetery. The moral dimension is very important, as we are at the same level of the crew buried just the other side of these walls. Never since the Battle of Cambrai has the tank been so close to her crew, said Mr. Gurchinski. Mr. Heath's grandfather, too, Lieutenant Frank Gustav Heath, 25, was commander of the 27-ton tank and one of only 3 who survived a German field gun barrage as Deborah left the village.